How's it going, guys? Been a while, but back at it, casting some land battle replays for you guys. I had Contrarian Codex from XMT, somebody I've never seen play before, but I've seen them play a lot recently, and they're rocking the Skaven today with Lord Skroak, my favorite Skaven Lord, so obviously I've got to cast a replay. Stand Your Ground, Rod of Corruption, Libra Bobonicus, Pestilent Breath, and Vermintide for the spells. And for the rest of the army, we do have a whole bunch of Skaven Slave Spears, no surprise there. We got some Eshin Triads too, sneaky little anti-large specialist infantry. Though Storm Vermin are more popular nowadays, I still love the Eshin Triads just because how sneaky they are. But they can be ran over. Obviously, they have very low model count of 72, and obviously not a lot of mass. Plus, not really a lot of armor either. So, but they do have that nice Weeping Blade, plus some pretty good weapon stats, weapon and melee stats. But for the rest of the army, we do have some gutter runners with poison, and no surprise there, a whole bunch of poison wind globes. These guys will do obviously they're just fantastic in every matchup. Pretty much never not take them. Rat ogres for the rest, no surprise. They're it's very typical bog standard Skaven build aside from the Eshin Triads. Aside from the Eshin Triads. And we just got some more Night Runners in the back as well. For the DoC side, we do have Zervik, very popular nowadays, or pretty much very popular forever, but just haven't seen him a lot lately. We have Gaze of Fate, Hidden in Time, Pink Fire, Blue Fire, and Tzeentch's Firestorm. Interesting. Nice to see the Tzeentch's Firestorm. I pretty much never see that ever. But obviously, I've been out of the game for a little while, so Seekers, Seekers, a whole bunch of those. Very going very heavy on the mobility, because that's what you should do. Your Slanesh, that's one of your most valuable strong points. We've got Bringers of Beguilement as well, their best ROR, and just one of their best units in general, in my opinion. Fiends are great, obviously fantastic. People riff on how good Fiends are, but these guys are just so beautiful. One of the best RORs in the game, period, for me. But yes, they are just fantastic. They have Soul Scent, obviously from just being exalted demonettes, but they have just some great stats all around. Just such a fantastic unit. Do they still rampage? I don't think they do. I could be wrong. Yeah, I don't think they do, unless I'm missing it. Yeah, but for the rest of the army, we have some Seekers, more Seekers over there, and some Chaos Furies. That's about it. Let's get right into it. It's going to be on Conquest, which is nice. I don't ever get to cast Conquest games, so technically it's not land battle, but it is land battle. It's just with a capture point. Nonetheless, we do have that Gaze of Fate going down on the Poison Wind Globe, so they don't get to launch their volleys, and then they get hit by the Tzeentch's Firestorm. Oh, that's so beautiful. It just rips through them. Oh man, that's so. Oh my god, look at that! Look at that vortex rotation. That's just wonderful. Oh, that's so beautiful. That's everybody's wet dream when going against a Skaven, just obliterating a freaking Poison Wind Globe in a flat 10 seconds. Just fantastic. Anyways, Zarek is just popping that Arcane Conduit, of course, and just popping Arcane Conduit. What am I talking about? You can't even pop that. Either way, we're going to have the Rat Ogres get into a fight with the Fiends. Fiends should theoretically win that, but they do have some support from the Night Runners, who are getting attacked by Chaos Furies at that moment, which is very nice. DoC is just going all in on that right-hand flank, and it's beautifully well done. Another Poison Wind Globe down. We have Seekers here, all surrounding the Rat Ogres, but they need to push past, as they don't need all these units for one single Rat Ogre. We also have some Night Runners shooting in the back as well. They need to be continued to chase down by the Furies. I don't know why that order got dropped, but these Fiends are fighting some Rat Ogres at the moment who are being supported by Lord Skroak, so those Fiends will lose if they're not supported or if they don't run away, and they are doing that, but they're going to be getting a lot of damage in return because they're going to get hit by the Weeping Blade of those Eshin Triads. Those Eshin Triads will absolutely get obliterated with Bringers of Beguilement, and they get hit by the Scorch as well, which is pretty nice. I think it's Plague Breath, Pestilent Breath. But we also have some Fiends over here that are disintegrating. Unfortunately, they will not be able to make it back in time. Their leadership, Another Flames of Zinch, whatever it's called, running through these gun runners. Not so good this time. This is a very stationary vortex. I don't know if I've seen it often enough to know that it's so stationary. Maybe it's just for RNG playing really well today for the DoC side, or maybe it really is just that good. But these Seekers get absolutely obliterated by the globes. No surprise there. The globes are fantastic. They have magic, of course, so they will obliterate demons. It's one of the very anti-demons units that the Skaven have. Gutter runners getting run down by some pink fire, and that's also very anti-Skaven of the DoC. They have pink fire, which is just wonderful at chewing through chaff. And that's a lot of Skaven have. Seekers catch out these gutter runners with that nice gaze of fate. But the issue is that the Seekers, I think their leadership will not hold up long enough. We'll see after considering they got hit by those gutter runners, by those poison wind globes, excuse me. Zerek continued to try to chase down those night runners, but he's going to decide not to, as there's no point. They ran out of ammunition anyways. We do have some good night runners coming back. Fiends need to stop chasing after these broken rat ogres. They only have 3 models left. Bringers of Beguilement have just been scrapping this entire time at the moment with the Seekers. Rather, the Seekers just came in for help, but they've been scrapping with the Fiends against a bunch of Ashen Triads, Skaven Slaves, and Rat Ogres, plus Squirrelk. But Squirrelk's nice Pestilent Breaths and magical damage is doing fantastic, has been doing fantastic against the Bringers of Beguilement, and it has been able to turn them to dust, and there they go, dissipating back to the warp from whence they came. Zarek just, distracting all of these Skaven, terrifying them. He's now being shot by the Night Runners. Now that he has no shields, he's taking quite a bit of... he's taking a bit of chip damage here and there with those little slings. But that's the best case scenario for this Skaven there with those Night Runners. They're only going to be able to do a little chip, not much more than that after getting past the shields. Another pink fire going to be going through the Ashen Triads. Very, very nice, and doing a lot of damage to the Skaven Slaves. But, they're Skaven Slaves. Who cares? The DoC are trying their best to just use their mobility to pick apart little bits and pieces here of the Skaven, running down Skaven Slaves and Ashen Triads, just doing their best, because the Skaven have no more mobility left with the Rat Ogres being gone. One is coming back, but only has 6 models and 9 leadership, so it's not going to last very long once they do come back into the fight. But speaking of lasting very long, Fiends are still doing wonderfully well. They have 15 models and 5,000 HP, losing just a tidge over their half. I mean, a tidge over their quarter of HP. So they can last for a while longer, especially if these Poison Wind Globes get shut down. If those Poison Wind Globes can shoot, it'd be a real danger for the Fiends. But they do end up getting shut down and shatter immediately. Zera coming in with that final steel chair on those bad boys. And a pink fire ripping through the Skaven. Oh man, I think this is going to be going to the DoC here. Skrulk, it's so sad to say, but I don't think your Skaven are able to clutch it out for you. Zarek is just running down these Skaven, and these Fiends get a nice rear charge on those Rat Ogres, start breaking the rest of those Gutter Runners, and I think that is going to be the end there for the Skaven. What is this little Billy popping there? Hidden in time. I don't think it really matters too much, but yeah, considering it's on Conquest, the Demons of Chaos were able to just constantly kite and just pick pieces apart from the Skaven and choose not to fight, choose not to keep one unit in the fight and let other units just pick apart one at a time. But yeah, Skrulk actually is doing pretty decent damage to Zarek, considering he has magical attacks and pretty decent melee stats in general. 64, 69 with Frenzy, and again, magical and contaminated. So, though I thought this deal was Demons of Chaos, is Zarek taking so much damage from Lord Skrulk. Oh my god, this is actually me going to the Skaven. Wow, that is very surprising. Let's speed things up a little bit here, because I do think, yeah, Skrulk is going to clutch this out here. Yes! Skrulk, little baby stinky pestilent boy, is going to clutch it out for the Skaven. That is what I'm freaking talking about. That is exactly what I wanted. Because, I mean, his leadership is holding steady, and that's hard to say for a freaking Skaven Lord. But, oh wait, Gaze of Fate coming in there. Will the Demons of Chaos... No, Zarek is not. Yeah, Zarek... You're tough, but you're not that tough. Lord Skrulk is my boy. He ain't going down without a fight. Him and his stinky little rat, man, are gonna send you back to the Zinchian warp from whence you came. Beautiful work there by Couturian Codex. Doing Papa Skrulk proud with your work. Very nice. 2572. That is fantastic. I love to see it. The Night Runner's doing pretty good, solid work there. Eshin Triads kind of got ran over, but that's to be expected, honestly. Despite a majority of the Poison Wind gloves being shut down very quickly, one of these still picked up 733 value, doing some pretty good, consistent damage to the Bringers of Beguilement, Seekers, etc. Just doing really good work. Rat Ogres, yeah, it had a struggle there, but no surprise. They're bringing Fiends. Fiends are very tough. They very much will deal with Rat Ogres quickly. 918 on the Gutter Runners and 1204. The Poison is very nice there, slowing down those very speedy Slanesh units. 3295 there on Zarek. Yeah, again, no surprise there. He's just a fantastic lord all around. Pink fires, those firestorms. Though I'm not sure if it's worth it. I mean, the Poison White Globes are incredible, obviously, but the Skaven just have so many of them to the point where is it really worth it to use not only a Gaze of Fate charge, but then a Firestorm charge as well to get rid of one of them? I would say maybe if it meant saving like a crucial unit at a crucial time, like your Bringers of Beguilement or your Seekers. But like, say if you had like a Gaze of Fate or the Winds for to constantly cast Pink Fire to clear out a lot of these Night Runners, or I think even the Pink Fire could do okay against the Poison Wind Gloves, though they have decent armor if I recall correctly. I think it's a good play, but it's issues you're using quite a bit of winds for that initial. But obviously it is Zinch at the end of the day, so they get so much wins over the course of the game that they can just constantly cheese. So, maybe it's worth it. I think it's a very nice play. And you got rid of one immediately. So, like, they didn't even get to use any of their ammunition. They were just dispersed right from that initial burst. That was just beautiful. So, yeah, maybe. There was a pretty kind of crappy Firestorm later after that. So, maybe if those wins were saved for a Firestorm at a different time, or just using Pink Fire, waiting for that opportune moment to use a Firestorm, like on another Gutter Poison Wind Globe, for example, maybe that would have been a little better. But yeah, 1074 on the Bringers of Beguilement, despite having to deal with Mean Daddy Skrulk and his band of Rat Ogre goons. I think they still did good. They still did Slanesh proud because they are just fantastic all around. Yeah, keeping them in like reserve. Obviously, it's a bit hard when you have such a small line of units for the DoC. I mean, for this type of army. So keeping them in reserve until all the Poison Wind Globes are shut down is kind of hard. You kind of really need them. 1281 here. Nothing else special there. 1147 on the Fiends. Yeah, they did good work. They're crucial for shutting down Rat Ogres. They can even do pretty good in the late game, as you saw. I think this is actually that unit that did great in that late game. But yeah, solid game all around. Thanks to Contrarian Codex for posting the replay. I'll catch you guys next time with another one. Bye-bye.